Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Gemini gang? In early December, what's happening? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end of the reading, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini gang. What's going on? What is the vibe around my good friends here? Oh, nice and quick. Very first one. Okay, this card initially can be a little bit heavy. It could also speak about health and well-being. And remember, this could be your energy or somebody else's. But I always say this first card, it always reminds me of the Ten of Wands. And before I fully dive into it, I'll let you know. But if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So, interesting imagery here. We see this individual and they have another person literally on their back. So this is someone that could be carrying a burden of some sort or carrying a lot of weight around with them. So for the Gemini collective in this time, it could be various different things. This could be emotional, mental, physical, heaviness that you might be working through. Now, again, I always say this card could have a lot of potential for determination. If you are going through any situations that are a little tough right now or a little trying for you, this is an energy that's determined to make it through no matter how hard it gets. So especially if Spirit's testing you with certain things, this is good. It could indicate things about to change possibly when I see it. But I always say, especially with your physical health and vitality, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Self-love, self-care, mind, body, and soul when this card shows up. Now, as far as the physical vessel goes, this card and the Ten of Wands do link to areas like the neck, back, spine, shoulders, anything around that realm. So if you're carrying tension there, if you're having a little tension or just pain in that area, you might want to get yourself a little rub down, my friends. But yeah, just make sure you're taking care of yourself. We're going to leave it at that. For some people, it could just be an emotional burden, but we're going to see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one more time here for Gemini, please. Let's see what's going on for my good friends in early December. And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There has been an energy for several weeks now where things could just be popping up out of nowhere, good, bad, indifferent. But last week's reading was titled An Unexpected Situation. Now, just know that since it's been showing up often, it could still bleed over for a couple of weeks where things just pop up out of nowhere. So again, hopefully it's leaning positive for you. But it's like, okay, I didn't plan for this, or I didn't see that coming. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for you. What's happening with Gemini, please? In early December. Ooh, okay, that card almost came out. There we go. Hey, we got our good friend here, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard. He has a goblet. He's having a grand old time chilling right there. So I always think that this is a pretty good card to start off with, if I do say so myself. But we shall see. I mean, I like the King of Cups in position number 1. Let's get a couple more out here, though. See what we have for Gemini, please. Thank you. Nine of Pentacles, she is very popular this week, my friends. I like the elemental mixture that we're picking up, so we could be looking at something decent. Let's get one more. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself just yet. Thank you. All right, King of Pentacles. So the elemental mixture is real nice. Now we're getting a lot of other people too. So, and that happens from time to time in readings where it's like, all right, well, I'm trying to read Gemini's energy, but everyone else's energy is coming through. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I was mentioning the elements and how I like them so much. We have a little bit of water here on the front end, and then on the back we have double pentacles, which is earth. Now, I always like to see how pentacles play off of each other, or not pentacles, elements. And when we mix earth and water, that's a recipe for blessings and abundance, potential, possibilities. So this could be a good thing, especially if you're going through a trying time or a frustrating time with all this pentacle energy. There could be something that shifts in a positive way for you. But again, I'm seeing possible other people that are in your energy for whatever reason. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, there are similarities between both kings. And I always like to mention that kings represent control of their respective suit. So we are leading off here with the King of Cups himself, water sign energy. So you might be connected to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And the King of Cups, just like I was describing, this suit is about creativity, imagination, love, romance, and just one's emotional state. So when we see the King of Cups, I automatically think someone who's trying to keep a hold or get a grip of themselves emotionally. This is one of the more developed energies in the whole entire cup suit. So this is strong feelings, big feelings, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. This is a huge card for love, someone that has really big feelings for another individual. So this can be really good. But as with every card, there are flip sides. With such an intense developed energy, when the King of Cups shows up in reverse, this could be someone that's going through a bit of a difficult time where they're dealing with that emotional heaviness, kind of like what we were seeing with that first Oracle card. Issues in the realms that I just described, of the mind, of the feelings, of the romantic variety, partnerships of all kinds. So we'll just say I'm leaning positive until there's a card that shows us otherwise. So I think that's a pretty good way to start us off. Now, moving to the center, we have our first bit of earthy energy. We have the lovely Nine of Pentacles, and you see her there. She's standing in a garden. She's holding a bird on her hand, just filled with all the pentacles. This is a huge card of blessings, abundance. Your cup runneth over. This is a beautiful energy. It is a lone wolf energy. Like, there are some cards out there that show, various different people or groups of peoples. The Nine of Pentacles is someone that's pretty much doing something on their own, solo, independent type of energy. And I do like it for the most part because, again, there's a lot of blessings involved with it. But when we get to the Challenger verse, similar to all Earth cards, it could be a stubborn problem. It could be a stubborn individual. It could be something that's been sticking around for a long time. Pentacle energy doesn't move fast. It doesn't change fast. But that's the reason I like the King of Cups here, because the water, it kind of greases the wheels a little bit. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, we got a lot of pentacle energy here, but there could be something that's getting ready to shift, and we'll just see what clarifies her. So she can be really good, and she can point towards very positive results. Now, the same can be said for our last card. While we get her tucked in, all cozied up next to the King of Cups, we got the King of Pentacles, big earth sign energy here. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, if you're not connected to one. Similar to this King of Cups, the King of Pentacles is kind of in charge of one's abundance, money, work, career, the material aspects of life. So it's interesting, we have the internal aspects of life, now we have the material. It's like that yin-yang type of energy we have going on here. The King of Pentacles points towards victory, wins, and having everything that you want. Good, solid, stable results. But in reverse, just like her, it could either be very stubborn, or, like we've been seeing for a couple weeks now, it could be something that shakes the ground, shakes the foundation, very shaky ground underneath you when this card shows up in its challenge. So we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. I do feel like there's a lot of really good potential, but one thing that I don't want to neglect is the fact that, there's a lot of people in your energy. So just know that in the coming days and weeks, you might be a little more sensitive to the energy of those around you. Some of you could be dealing with group situations, or we could really be focusing in on someone else's energy this week. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What's going on for my Geminis, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Cups, see what this emotional energy is about. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here this week? Our good friend Kyle of Cups. There we go. Thank you. Good. All right, so it's like we're starting to get better and better and better. The Magician is a huge card of control, of manifestation. I feel like it's very important for Geminis, especially for those of you that may be going through some frustrations or trying times, that it is extra, extra important to remain very, I don't want to say conservative in your approach, but reserved, if that makes sense. There is a time and a place for everything. Sometimes you need to call things out. You need to call it how you see it. Attack, attack, attack. Like if there's any issues or things that you're going through, you want to take action and be very proactive. When I see this energy, it's like, all right, you're going to want to take the smoother approach. You're going to want to let something unfold how it needs to. Again, there's a huge energetic sensitivity that I'm picking up around the Geminis this week. So whether that is a gift you've been born with or whether it's one that you've developed, some of you, I mean, maybe you're more scientific minded and that's okay. But I feel like your intuition could be going a little wild. Not in a bad way. Just know that there's a lot of energies that could be affecting you as well. The Magician is an energy conduit. Okay, so again, there's a little bit of an emotional warning too, that you might be picking up on the feelings of the people around you and the places that you're near. But a big thing I'm picking up here is that there could be a good result. I feel like your approach though should be reserved. Okay, like I don't think an aggressive approach would serve you, if that makes sense. All right. Again, remember, there's a time and a place for everything. So I feel like if you're going through a tough one, the reserved approach, just let something unfold. So let's keep moving. Again, I feel like that's a baseline energy. It's pointing towards some very good things. But let's see how the rest of it plays out. I think the reserved approach, like don't try too hard, just let something unfold how it needs to unfold. I think that mode, that mindset is really going to serve you in a big way. Okay, even if things are going fine, if things are going cool, just go with the flow. Go with the flow. So let's see what that Nine of Pentacles is about. Big energy here of going with the flow. So what's going on? Why is that not quick? Yeah, double nines. All right, we have the Nine of Swords underneath this Nine of Pentacles. So all that stuff I was saying, that could be much easier said than done. Okay, either that or there is someone you are connected to that is extremely tense for one reason or another. Now, you see that Nine of Swords, you don't have to be an expert in tarot to understand what that card means. We have this person, they're losing sleep, they're up in bed. So it's very important in this time to make sure you're getting proper rest and relaxation. You might be having some funky dreams when this energy shows up, but there is someone you're connected to. They might still be stressing about something. So just know if there is a situation where you've kind of processed it and you accept it for what it is, someone else might not have. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe there's someone else that has accepted something and they've processed it, but you're still dealing with it. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up here with the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, where it's like, okay, well, all right, you're cool with it. I'm not yet. Or like, all right, I'm cool with it, but they're not yet. I don't know why. It's like a difference in the energy here in a really strong way. So I am definitely seeing the vibe of someone here who could be very uptight, anxious, nervous, whatever we want to label it. It is showing up here with this Nine of Swords. Now, for a portion of you, that could just be in general, but I would say watch out for situations or problems that either you've been dealing with for a long time. When I see this double nine energy, it's like, okay, this is nothing new, like, or I've seen this before. It's like giving me that kind of energy. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're going to see what that King of Pentacles has, because maybe that'll give us our resolution. Because as I said, if there is some frustrations, maybe this energy is going to start greasing the wheel. So let's see why the King of Pentacles is here. What's going on? Why is that King in the mix? Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. Why is that King here? Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, cool. Yeah, so there is change coming to this situation, that's for sure. We have the Eight of Pentacles underneath the King of Pentacles, and I feel like this is an energy I can work with. Whereas this one, it feels like a little too tense. This one feels a lot calmer and cooler. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, although it's Earth, is an action card of Earth. That's what tells me this King of Pentacles here on the back end is really good. When I see the Eight of Pentacles and the King, yeah, it could represent career things, work things, business things. Of course, that could be very prominent in your mind. But if that's not the case, when I see this together, it's like it is absolutely potential for a big change. Okay. in situation. I've been feeling that intuitively since the beginning, so just know there could be situations, and this time life is about perpetual change, but this one does feel a bit more meaningful, if that makes sense. So there might be meaningful change coming in for a lot of you in certain situations, specifically if there's certain things you've been dealing with for quite a while now, or something that's not quite new. This energy, it's like, okay, it's going to start resolving. It's going to start switching towards the better. So I do like this. A great energy towards career and money for a lot of you. So if you're having issues in that realm, we're looking really, really good here. But I like this. I really do like this on the back end. The King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles is a beautiful alignment. So again, I would expect some meaningful change in at least one area of life in the very near future. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's one energy in here that's sticking like a thorn in the side, but that's okay. Position number one, we have the King of Cups himself with the Magician in the upright. I did say for a lot of Geminis in this time, you're going to be extra sensitive to the vibes, right? Whether it's vibes of people, vibes of places, just know that if you're feeling certain things, you're going to be feeling them intensely. Another thing I was picking up here, whatever things you're dealing with, good, bad, or indifferent, it's better to take the cool, calm, collected approach, the reserved approach, instead of like trying to power through something or attack it or push something through. It's like take that go with the flow type of vibe. That's going to serve you better. Moving to the center, we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. So whereas this energy could be rolling with the flow or going with the flow, rolling with the punches better, this one, not so much. Where like this one's more adaptable, this one's a little more stuck in its own ways. Watch out for tension, anxiety, nervousness, especially for situations or things you may have been dealing with already, because I was kind of getting that vibe like, oh, here we go again. But yeah, one energy is much more receptive than the other. Moving to the back end, we have the King of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. So great energy around money and career coming in for a lot of you. But to me, this feels like big, meaningful change right here on the back end in at least one area of your life, specifically for things where you may be, it's not super new, like things that you've been dealing with or people you've been dealing with for a while. When I see the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, like this is not fly-by-night energy. It's moving it forward in a meaningful way. So there could be something that changes in a big way. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here. See what's going on for my Geminis. What's happening, my guide spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Gemini? What do we got? Cool. Yeah, more pentacles. Okay, and it's similar to the theme that we've been getting because we have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in the shadows. So again, a lot of those things we were seeing within the main part of the reading still persist. And there's a lot of people, a lot of energies that could be affecting you. But I like the Queen of Pentacles because she really sums up a lot of this top row energy that we were picking up, where it's like, okay, there's potential for something. There's a potential for something to shift in your favor, and it could be very meaningful when she's here, because I see the Queen of Pentacles similarly to how I view the Empress. So blessings and abundance, I do think that she's really good. But at the same time, there's certain things that you can't force. There's certain things where you might just need to go along with the process or go with the flow. See what I mean? How she like encapsulates the full reading itself. So again, I feel like it's good energy. Might not be the fastest energy, but it is good. So yeah, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.